Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are here for stage one of the MyWhoosh $1 million Championships. It's a 7-stage race over the course of 8 days. It's got a mix of really tough courses and some courses that are not so tough, that'll be tough because of the field. Let's go. You can see the map up on the left today. We're in Japan. It's 57.1 kilometers, not 57, unfortunately, and it has 471 meters of climbing. Now, today's race, my objective was to hang on as long as possible. In SRC, I've only ever made it to the finish line with the leaders once. Wasn't sure how today was going to play out, but my hope was that I would be able to maybe do that. Now, I'll talk through the specifics soon, but essentially, I was breaking this race down into each of these little Kickr climbs, trying to survive one by one. So into the first one, I'll display them up on the map as well. This one was really comfortable, so I was happy to basically tick one off for free. Now, in my head, I'm kind of thinking that we have to do pretty much 11 kickers today. Um, and as I said, each one is a bonus. Now, this one is for KOM points, so I expected this one to be quite difficult. You can see the right hand side, you got the mini map there showing how long we've got to the top of that point. Just watch the power throughout. It's solid without being exceptionally hard. I think Jason, the world champion, kicks off the front now really hard, obviously going for KOMs, which is understandable. And to be honest, I don't think there are many people in the field who think they are a chance to challenge him in this competition. So from the start, we don't really follow, which I am not complaining about as we reach the KOM banner. Now, I'll take you through all the climbs, so follow along and I'll just talk about the racing, the tactics, and all of that kind of thing. There is a significant portion of prize money for the team's classification in this tour. That is essentially where my head is at because there's top 10 for GC. I think if things went really, really well, then I might be a slight chance of being near that consideration. So I'll keep those options open while they are. But for the most part, we're here for the team's classification. And I am here with Farm Watch Squad. So here we are, AI generated. You've got the American champion, Hayden Pucker. You've got the Australian champion, myself. Former world champion, Bjorn. Former Swedish champion, Johan. And rounding it out, we've got Zach back for the championships. So nice team. And as I said, the team's classification will be pretty hotly contested as we head up into the next series of climbs, 20 kilometers in. Now, in my head, I'm breaking this one down into 4 little climbs. You've got the 1, 2, 3 step to the KOM, little descent, and then you've got that 4th step. So we had 2 4-steppers to come, and I thought if I could get through those sections, I'd be pretty happy today. It's starting to become attritional. A few riders are dropping off the back. So we started with 34, and you'll notice throughout the race that drops and drops and drops, which is quite interesting. And also, like each person that drops off, they're probably not a GC contender anymore. So there's that to factor in as well. But for me, I'm just trying to hide in the bunch, trying to make others do the chasing because I know the strength of the field here, and that's not my job. So as we are heading into the actual KOM segment, they're first across the line, so that's something to consider as well. You can see the world champion goes again, and pretty much while I'm doing 550 watts, he's obviously doing a lot, but no one's really following after him. He's going to take those points, and that is fine by me as long as I'm in the group and not getting dropped. You can see a couple of yellow dots there into the distance. Now, some specifics in this championship. So for me, they are 10:10 p.m. races, so really late. Considering some of the long stages to come, we have 2 over 80 kilometers. We've got 2 over 1,500 meters of elevation, some mountaintop finishes, some mountaintop starts, which are going to be pretty savage. So this is a shorter one, but for the most part, going to be jumping off the bike quite a bit after midnight. So sleep will be pretty crucial. I'm not someone who tends to sleep in, so I'm interested to see if I'm able to as the week goes on. After stage one, managed to get around 5 hours of sleep, and hopefully we'll top up some naps in the day. We're asleep by about 1:15, which is decent considering what time I jumped off the bike. That also means 9:10 p.m. weigh-ins every day for category one, which is not ideal after a full day of food, but it is what it is. At least probably got energy. I guess that's one positive of it, but a bit annoying. But to do the verified racing, it's what you've got to do. As we are now heading into the third lot of the Kickrs, again, my goal hasn't changed. Stay with the front. Overall, I don't feel like I've been like properly at risk today, which is really good. I've been able to follow the moves. Um, they're kind of short punches, which not necessarily my specialty, but they're short enough that I'm feeling comfortable enough to kind of put myself up near the front and know that if I push, I can be pretty safe for the most part, given the pace of today. There were actually some pretty massive numbers at the front from a few of the guys attacking, like Michael Vink, which I didn't really realize that he'd done 6.9 watts a kilo for 20 minutes in this race, given that I averaged 4.7 for the race. But yeah, it's just interesting with a course like this, a strong field like this, how it kind of plays out in that regard. Now, I notice as we come up this climb for the third time. There's Jason in the KOM jersey. I assume he will put in a bit of a dig in a moment. Surely. Maybe he realizes that they're not kind of. Oh, wait. Interesting. Jason didn't take the points there, from what I could gather. Um, anyway, I noticed that we dropped Syed Safra's 80. I think at this point you can see on the mini map he was chasing for a long time. When the attacks were happening, we'd extend the lead, but then it would ease off, and he'd kind of get himself back. I think he's actually in the group at this stage, but that does happen in the last 15k. He does eventually get back on, which is interesting for the GC. Standings, but it's a long tour anyway. A little bit of league time probably wouldn't have mattered, but the peloton didn't drive at home when that happened, and certainly wasn't my job. I'm not in the business to do that. As we head in towards the finish, now, given that I'm in the finish, this is the last little kicker, 3k to go. For the stage, the first, second, and third on the stage get a prize, but unlike SRC, fourth to 10 don't. And it's a time based GC. So I'm now changing my mental focus to how can I potentially win this race, or how can I be successful? What tools do I have? And the answer compared to these guys is not many. I had an idea of the finish though. Into the final K, teammate Johan. I didn't realize it was Johan at the time. Goes about a K out, and I've decided I'm going to attempt to go fairly long as well and go absolutely all in and hope that no one chases me soon enough and that I can get away. That's given I don't have the best sprint. I've got one of the worst sprints. That's probably my chance to go for glory here. As I said, if it doesn't come off, I'm going to lose a couple of seconds. Who cares? It's like a 440-kilometer tour. As we absolutely launch in, let it play out. I'm thinking at this stage it's 57k and not 57.1, so this is about to start to hurt. As I come up past Johan, grab a little bit of draft on his wheel. We're still doing 54 kilometers an hour, but there is a response from the pack, and Michael Vink is coming at me hard, and I am starting to fade, starting to blow. I can see these guys are going to get me, and the line is not coming quick enough, so not going to get top three, so ease off the gas. Gave it a good shot, and we come in for 12th there. So got to put it on the line. There was nothing to lose, plenty to gain. in terms of trying to actually win a race of this caliber. Didn't happen today, may not ever happen, but you've got to kind of put it on the line, especially in a situation like that where there was literally nothing to lose. So results up on the screen. These are from MyWhoosh Info. You can see the top 21 riders there essentially together on GC. Everyone else in a bit of a pickle if they were GC contenders, I would say. So top 21 there. Got it in the watts per kilo for the different durations. There are some big numbers there. I did 9.7 for that final minute, which isn't too bad. Second best ever 30-second ever at 817 watts, I think it was. So what can you do? Not much more than that today. Teams classification, which we're interested in. Now, the bottom two teams, there are 7 here. Bottom 2 teams leak some time, so we are in a nice position early. All the top 5 teams within 10 seconds. Had 3 riders from all of those teams in the main bunch. We're sitting third, but again, 1-2 seconds, it's nothing at this stage, but it's a good start for the Farm Watch squad. KOM points here and sprint points to finish off. Stage 2 is the 7 gems in Arabia, 64 kilometers. I'll take you through that tomorrow. Hopefully we can have another successful one where we stay near the front bunch, but I'll see you then. Bye.